Right then, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. We are back again, and it is Manchester City up against Arsenal. One to remember. It's one of those first games that Mikel Arteta has to win. Among the 5 games he was given, it's a very hard game. We're gonna be diving into it. We're gonna be looking at the starting lineups. We're gonna be looking at so much more than the result. Anyway, let's get into it. I need your predictions in this one. I need your thoughts. What do you think about this game? Do you think Arsenal will win it? Do you think Arsenal will get a point against Manchester City? I don't have it on a bet slip. I usually don't bet Arsenal. And the reason that's why I don't bet Arsenal is at times I do want to watch the Arsenal games objectively. And that's the reason that's why I never have Arsenal on my bet slip. So here we go. We have had a very bad start to the season, but this one is going to even make it worse. I would love to get your predictions. I would love to get your thoughts as Arsenal fans. I've seen many people say Arsenal do have a chance to win this game. And maybe we will try to dive into our chances of winning the game, which I think are not very many, by the way. I don't think we have so many chances of winning this game, but we will try to dive into that and see, can Arsenal do Arsenal have a chance? Do we stand a chance against Manchester City, one of the hardest teams to play against in the Premier League? Right. This is the starting 11 Mikel Arteta has decided to go for. Leno is in goal. Callum Chambers, Rob Holding, Sid Kolasinac, and Cedric. Xhaka, Smith Rowe, Kian Tierney, Bukayo Saka, Odegaard, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Now, the starting lineup is absolutely not understandable, to my side. I really can't understand it. Definitely, I can't understand it. He's gone with Leno in goal. That's understandable. Chambers and Rob Holding, understandable. Kolasinac and Cedric. That means Cedric will be playing. Cedric will be playing at right back. Sid Kolasinac at left back. He's playing Holding and Chambers at centre back. Right. Xhaka, Smith Rowe, Tierney, Saka, Odegaard, and Aubameyang. I don't know whether he's playing a back 5. I don't know what I don't know what kind of formation he's actually playing. But that is it. That is the formation he's actually decided to go for. And that is the lineup he has decided to go for. Now, a lineup where I have Holding, Chambers, Kolasinac, Cedric, and Tierney. It seems we're gonna go defensive, and I really don't have any problems with Arsenal going defensive, because against Manchester City, it's a game that you don't expect to have possession all the time. So I would care less if Mikel Arteta actually went defensive. I would care less. So I think he's gonna play back 3 or a back 5. That would be what makes more sense. If we say a back 5, I think he's gonna play back 5, and it's the least of my worries, really. It's the least of my worries. So this is how we are lining up. Basically, this is how we are lining up. I should make this bigger so that you people can see it. Right. So this is how we are lining up today. Cedric, Chambers, Holding, and Kolasinac. We are playing 3 centre backs, and then Kian Tierney. Definitely, people. We are playing a 5-4-1 formation. 5-4-1 formation. That is what Mikel has gone for. Sid Kolasinac, for me, look, it's useless. Sid Kolasinac, Rob Holding, and Chambers don't make one correct centre back. They don't. They absolutely don't. So, it's brilliant. He has given Manchester City the kind of respect they deserve. So I wouldn't really be mad with with them. he's given them the respect they deserve. I don't think we should be playing a very open game against Manchester City. I think it should be quite close. Definitely, it should be quite close. But playing Sid Kolasinac, I think he should have played Pablo Mari there, Rob Holding and Chambers. If you wanted to play back five, Sid Kolasinac, with the likes of Jack Grealish, with the likes of Raheem Sterling, with the likes of Riyad Mahrez, I still doubt if Sid Kolasinac has a big part to play in this game. What do you think, people? Do you think Mikel is right playing Sid Kolasinac? I definitely don't think he's right. I definitely don't think he's right. I don't believe. Look, playing Sid Kolasinac in that game, maybe he's right, maybe he's not right. We will see. We will see what actually happens. We will see what actually happens. In the game. I don't expect a point for Arsenal. If Arsenal score a goal, I will be happy. That's according to Getsu, and he said I don't expect a point. All right. Mohammed says we can lose. Then we can lose. Then I prefer Ramsdale and Leno starts. A couple of weeks ago, you didn't like Ramsdale. No hope for point. No hope for a point. Of course, everyone is going to say there is no hope for a point. The lineup we've gone for is a little bit. I'm going to say this. The lineup we've gone for is a little bit defensive, and I think it's one that I would definitely. I would buy into the idea of playing a defensive game against Manchester City because they're so attacking. They're going to dominate the game. So you want to be as defensive as you can. So if you look at how they're starting, they have played Kyle Walker, Ruben Diaz, Laporte, and Cancelo. They're playing Rodri, Bernardo Silva, and Ike Gundogan. No Kevin De Bruyne for them. No Riyad Mahrez and Sterling. They're not starting. Gabriel Jesus, Ferran Torres, and Jack Grealish. Now, the way they have started is a little bit humble, we should say. The kind of Pep Guardiola we know and how they could line up. I think this is a very easy lineup to deal with in the first period of the game. And if we can't get anything out of this game, it should be in the first half. Because I think Grealish starts, obviously. In the second half, I think Mahrez will come on for Gabriel Jesus. And then you expect the likes of Raheem Sterling to also come on as well. So definitely, I'm not absolutely scared of City. I think they're going to possess the game. There is no question about that. But it's not, it's not a very, very bad, scary lineup. On the bench, they have Jones, they have Nathan Ake, they have Raheem Sterling, they have Zinchenko, the exact Stephen, Fernandinho, Riyad Mahrez, Palmer, and Doyle. I think their bench, Raheem Sterling and Riyad Mahrez, those are the two players to watch out for. Arsenal on the bench, we have Alexander Lacazette. That is a masterpiece. You have Ainsley, you have Nuno, you have Pablo Mari, Albert Lokonga, a player that I think should have started this game. Albert Lokonga should have started this game. Ramsdale is on the bench. Arthur Okonkwo, Gabriel Martinelli, and Mohamed Elneny are all on the bench for Arsenal this evening. Now, let's go into let's look up to the Arsenal lineup. What I would change in this lineup: Xhaka, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, and Saka. That is a very weak midfield defensive-wise. They're going to tear us apart. You don't have a defensive midfielder in that midfield. If you wanted to play Odegaard and Smith Rowe and Saka, he should have dropped Xhaka. Definitely. He should have dropped Granit Xhaka. And I think Xhaka and Albert Lokonga should be playing in this game. So for me, there is no point for playing both Emil Smith Rowe and Martin Odegaard. There is no point. Absolutely no point in playing both of them. We should have played Xhaka and either Mohamed Elneny or Albert Lokonga, because we are playing a Manchester City side that are really going to dominate the game. Yes, I know he wants to, he wants to get the, he wants to get them on the break. Anyone would understand that. Every manager would actually go to expose City on the break, just like Spurs. But I think Smith Rowe and Odegaard and Xhaka are all liabilities, are all defensive liabilities. When it comes to Arsenal without the ball, defensive liabilities, and that's why I would go for none of them. I would start none of them. What do you think? I think Lokonga is missing in this game. Or Mohamed El Neni. So Smith Rowe, Odegaard, no. I think you play Smith Rowe and Martin Odegaard when you're sure of possession, when you know you're going to, you're gonna have the lion's share of the ball. And I think Arsenal are not going to have the lion's share of the ball. Definitely, we are not going to. So playing Xhaka and Smith Rowe and Odegaard at the same time against Manchester City, 0 for me, 0. Now the other one is having Sid Kolasinac start and then Pablo Mari on the bench. Now I do understand Pablo Mari was absolutely battered by Romelu Lukaku, but this one could be a different scenario, and I think this is a different game where we will need the experience of Pablo Mari. Come on, Rob Holding and Chambers and Sid Kolasinac against Manchester City. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Mikel Arteta is right and I'm wrong. But definitely, there is no way you're convincing me. There's no way you're really convincing me that Kolasinac, Rob Holding, and Chambers are going to stop this Manchester City attack. Gabriel Jesus, Ferran Torres, and Jack Grealish. I don't think. Sid Kolasinac, look, I know Sid Kolasinac played against West Brom. It didn't play well. I gave him a 5 out of 10 in my player ratings if you watch the video. And we kept a clean sheet. Whether he's trying to keep the same lineup, which I think would be a great idea, like I've already said in my match preview, it would be a great idea to keep the same lineup. But the circumstances under which we keep the same lineup differ. This is Manchester City. Kolasinac is unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary. So I think Pablo Mari deserves to play in this game. For his pedigree and experience, we should have played Pablo Mari in that game. Now Cedric is playing at right back, and he will be taking on Jack Grealish. It's gonna be a party. It's gonna be a party for Jack Grealish. I think Jack is absolutely gonna destroy Cedric. I don't see Cedric stand his ground against Jack Grealish. I don't see that as well. So my prediction in this game, I think it's a game where Arsenal do not stand a chance. We don't stand a chance, but we might not concede so many goals. Like many people expect 5-0, 5-1, 3-1. It might not go that far. I think Arsenal can win this game City can win this game by 2-0. That is my prediction. And I would love to get your predictions as well. I'd love to know what you think about this game as we dive into it. But I think it's not going to be one where Arsenal lose by a great margin. Wait and see. We are going to lose it. We might lose it. I think that's the better way to put it. We might lose it, but not by a great margin. I don't expect to be thumped 4-5. The biggest score should be 3, and the third goal should come with a 5. Now, Pep has been speaking about Mikel Arteta, and he said we shouldn't be judging Mikel at the beginning of the season. Now, of course, he knows as the manager that things are absolutely going wrong. He knows it. And when he speaks about Mikel, don't judge him, don't give him that negative attitude. At the beginning of the season, it's just starting. He knows the fans are impatient and things like that. but there is nothing to do. You've got to back, he's got to back him. Some of the statistics we need to look at before we enter this game. Manchester City are unbeaten in their last 11 games against Arsenal. Man City are unbeaten in their last 11 league games against Arsenal. They have beaten us 9 times and drawn 2 since a 2-1 defeat at the Emirates Stadium in 2015. They have taken 28 of possible 30 points against the Gunners under Pep Guardiola, winning 9 and drawing 1. So Guardiola has actually beaten us 9 times, and we have only managed to get a point under Pep Guardiola. Arsenal have lost each of their last 8 Premier League meetings with Manchester City. Their joint longest run of consecutive defeats against a specific opponent in the league history, also 8 versus Leeds between 1973 and 1976. Come on. We've lost 8 games. We've lost 8 league games consecutively against Manchester City. 8 league games consecutively. In the last 8 games we've played, we've not picked up a point, we've not won a game. It's been loss. Absolutely crazy. Manchester City have kept a clean sheet in 6 of their last 7 league meetings with Arsenal, including their last 4 in a row since a 3-1 home win in February 2019. Sorry for that. This is absolutely mad. We have not scored against City since 2019. The last 4 games we've played in a row, we have not managed to score a goal. Remember, I told you we have not beaten Manchester City ever since Pep Guardiola took charge. We last beat them in the league in 2015, and now we have not scored a goal in the last 360 minutes in the league against Manchester City. Arsenal have lost their last 6 games against reigning Premier League champions, conceding exactly 3 goals in each of the last 5. The Gunners have won just one of their last 17 away games against reigning champions, drawing 6 and losing 10. With that victory coming at Manchester City in January 2015. Wow, absolutely mad. We have only won 1 game against reigning champions. So if a club comes against us and they're defending champions, we have not won a game. We've absolutely not won a game. Manchester City have won both of their last Premier League home games by 5-0 scoreline in the Premier League history. Only Manchester City themselves in October 2017 and Chelsea in August 2010 have won 3 consecutive home games by 5 goals plus before. So if they beat us 5 goals and above, if they beat us by a margin of 5 goals and above, it will be Manchester City rewriting their own history. Wow. The game is becoming harder than I thought. Absolutely. It's becoming harder and harder than I thought. Glenn says, I'll definitely take a point. I'll definitely take a point, people. I'll definitely take a point. Look, there is no Arsenal fan, unless you're mad or crazy. There is no Arsenal fan at the moment that doesn't take a point. We will take a point. We will take a point. Absolutely. We will take a point. So let's see some of your predictions. Make sure you do give me your opinions and predictions. Wow, there's so many. There's so many. I would love to go with through all of them. Where is Nicola Pepe? Pepe has not started, and Pepe is not on the bench as well. I think there is corona. There is an of course we know there is an outbreak of corona. Arsenal COVID-19 is really disturbing the side, so maybe that's one of the reasons. That's why Pepe is not in the side. We don't need Leno. in our goal, please. These are going to banks. Let us wait for the results. All right. Pepe, does Pepe have corona? Now, there is nothing confirmed with Nicola Pepe. There's nothing confirmed with Nicola Pepe, but all I can say is he is not in the side. Rainy, he's not in the side. Okay, Kolasinac needs to go with Mikel Arteta. Look, I don't know why he plays Kolasinac. I absolutely don't get it. Why he would play Sid Kolasinac against West Brom? That is a little bit understandable. It is, it's West Brom, but against Manchester City, to play Sid Kolasinac, it is disrespectful. And if, look, at the end of the day, if we get punished, who's gonna say we didn't deserve it? We absolutely deserve it. You don't play Sid Kolasinac against Manchester City. You don't. It's absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. And Philip says, where is Lokonga? The best lineup I was expecting is Leno, Tierney, Cedric, Holding, Gabriel, Xhaka, Lokonga, Saka, Odegaard, Pepe, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He's definitely not picked Aubameyang Lokonga. Definitely. He has left him out. Good lineup for Arsenal. No, Alex. No, Alex. Unless you're not an Arsenal fan. It's absolute shit. It's absolute shit. This lineup, for me, this lineup is not anywhere close to what I wanted. Not anywhere close, guys. That lineup is not anywhere close to what should be playing against Manchester City. Not anywhere close. Chambers, Holding. Look, we have a bunch of fools that are going to be playing at full in our defense, and these guys are just not good enough. Okay, we understand. But playing Sid Kolasinac, deliberately, why does he play Sid? No, I mean, if we consider goal courtesy of Sid Kolasinac, what is he gonna say? That he didn't know, that he tried to do the best, that he tried to do whatever crap that was, that he thought was the best for us. It's absolutely shit. It's absolute shit. There's no way anyone tells me that is a lineup we wanted. It's an absolute. It's not even average. It's not average. It's below average because he's not playing a defensive midfielder, and he's playing the likes of and he's playing a back three of clowns, of absolute clowns, and he's not playing a defensive midfielder because Xhaka for me doesn't give you the cover. He doesn't give you the cover. So you would have expected a player like Aubameyang Lokonga. You would have expected Aubameyang Lokonga to provide that kind of cover, or Mohamed Elneny. You need someone who works a lot. We're not going to have the ball. We're gonna need to work a lot. So we need players that work a lot. Xhaka doesn't work a lot. Odegaard doesn't work a lot. Seriously, they don't work a lot. They are good players, just like Mesut Ozil. Odegaard doesn't work a lot when we do not have the ball. As simple as that. So playing Smith Rowe and Odegaard and Xhaka is absolutely brainless. So don't tell me it's a good lineup because it is shit. Don't tell me it's a good lineup. Not buying into it. I'm absolutely not buying into it. It's a fake lineup, definitely. How are you, my bro? Empire Online TV. By the way, for all your Ugandan content, make sure you do check out Empire Online TV. For all your Ugandan content, he's out on his travels. Out there in the country. Get to say it's Manchester City 10, Arsenal 0. It's not gonna happen. I said it. My prediction is Manchester City 2, Arsenal 0. And I think, I might be right. I don't think we're going to lose by a very big margin. But I also don't think we stand a big chance in this game. So 10-0 is absolutely brainless as well. It's absolutely brainless. Trash lineup, Rainy, absolutely trash. Cossy, where is Pepe? Pepe is not in the lineup. I think we will get to know from Mikel in the post-match, press conference. Maybe we'll get to know from Mikel where exactly Nicola Pepe is, but at the moment, Pepe is not in the lineup. Manchester City 10-0, like I said, it's never gonna happen, Arteta out. This are going to Rene. Okay. Alex, please comment once. Comment once. Whenever you just comment once, I'll get the point. Arsenal 2, Manchester City 1. That is really optimistic of you, Alex. I've not seen so many people that are optimistic for this game. Thank you so much for the optimism and the good energy. Reine Conte in. Last 3 years, Arsenal spent 160 million on defenders, yet loom at the state of the back line. Today, look, I don't know. I don't know who's buying defenders. Buying defenders for us, but he must be bogus, absolutely bogus, because that backline there is. I don't know. Mikel must be praying prayers. Mikel must be praying prayers, because we've not scored a goal in four of our last meetings with Manchester City. We've not beaten them since 2015, and we're playing City Kolasinac at the back. It's another loss. I'll be surprised if Arsenal get anything out of this. Cossy, where is Pepe? He's out. Arteta is just disappointing our team. Pepe is ill, not COVID. I've not seen anything with Nicola Pepe. I'm trying to follow up the situation on Twitter. Definitely, if I get something, I'll be able to let you know. I'm trying to follow up the situation on Twitter, but at the moment, there is nothing I'm getting in regards to Nicola Pepe. But I know Charles Watts will give me an update on Nicola Pepe, and I'll be able to tell you what exactly is happening with my man Nicola Pepe. Arteta is good. This is according to Alex. Have no problems with you, bro. We have no problems with you. Arsenal saying that Nicola Pepe's illness is not COVID related. Okay. Charles Watts. Just a moment. They're saying Nicola Pepe misses today's match against Manchester City due to feeling unwell, but has not got COVID-19. So Charles Watts is saying Arsenal is saying that Nicola Pepe's illness is not COVID-19 related. So Pepe is out definitely. I think it's going to be a big blow. Pepe is out, but it is not COVID-19 related, right? That is what we know at the moment. Dev says, Dev Trans, are you sure? What was it? Rainy? I think, are you talking about, Alex says no pressure. The pressure is there. We're a big team. The pressure must be there. Moses Okelo says Manchester City 2, Arsenal 1. I doubt we will score. I doubt whether we will score, but I would love to see such. I would love to see that. You know what? I don't want us to lose by an ugly margin. If we can lose by 2-1, everybody's gonna say, yeah, Arsenal lose 2-1. It was expected, but anything bigger than that, it would be an absolute disgrace. Not 100%, but that's what I've read. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Pepe does not have COVID. Yeah, he doesn't have COVID, but he's feeling unwell. I still think Pepe has corona. That's according to Rene. Cossy, where is Lokonga? This lineup is disgusting. We are not playing. We are not playing a defensive midfielder against Manchester City. Wait, are we? I think it's Arsenal, right? I could be talking about PSG. Is it PSG Arsenal, or is it PSG Manchester City, or Arsenal Manchester City? It is Arsenal, and we're not playing a defensive midfielder against Pep Guardiola. Like, which manager does that? Which manager does that? You're not playing a defensive midfielder against Pep Guardiola, and Pep Guardiola is playing Lodri as a defensive midfielder. Wow, Arsenal, Mikel. I don't know. Okay, point second. I'm Arsenal supporter, but we will lose this game 3-0. Yeah, 3-0. It won't be a surprise if we lose 3-0. He will. Didn't get that. Kolasinac is playing. God help us. I think God is out of it. I would summon God to help us if we had God for the right lineup, because that's one of the easy things you can do for your go for the right lineup. As simple as that. Go for the right lineup. There's no question about that. If you go for the right lineup, that's it. But going for the wrong lineup and think God should help us, for me, it doesn't make sense. Arsenal, beautiful game, Alex. That lineup is very, very okay. Arsenal can proper with the lineup. Arsenal players need to run faster with the ball to put City on pressure. We can beat City. This is according to Jude. Okay. I hope you can come on for the match reaction and say the same words. I hope you can. Anyway, my prediction for today: Manchester City 2, Arsenal 1. All right. Nobody expects us to win, and after that lineup, it even gets worse. It even absolutely gets worse. Nobody expects us to win, and I don't expect my team to win, and that really hurts me. Really, Dev Tran says, I think so because Auba and Laka had corona. I mean, he might not have corona because Mikel said there were a few doubts after the West Brom game. So probably Pepe was one of the few doubts after the West Brom game. So maybe. Where's Lokonga Cossy? This is Flavia. Lokonga is on the bench. He's not started. Just happy Murray isn't starting. And Murray doesn't start and Sid Kolasinac starts and you're happy. Lol, Arsenal fans, amuse me. Arteta have taken to, Arteta has to style up. This according to Banks. Yes, Rainy probably saying it isn't it isn't to panic everyone. Okay, Alex Murray is not good enough to play for Arsenal. Is Kolasinac good enough to play for Arsenal? Is Kolasinac good enough? That's the question. Is Kolasinac good enough? Right. Where we need to getting your predictions? Getting your predictions, people. I love the positivity in the chat. I love the positivity. I don't fear Manchester City. This is going to Alex. You don't fear Manchester City, but you've not beaten them in 9 home games. You've not beaten them in 9 games consecutively under Pep Guardiola. You've not beaten them in 10 games. You've not beaten them since 2015. You don't fear them because you don't want to fear them, but you absolutely have all the reasons to fear them. They've spent $1 billion. You've spent less than $250 million. You've got to fear them. Where is Partey? Cossy? Come on, Banks. Partey is injured. We know that. Since the beginning of the season, he's injured. 4-1 Manchester City. Dave, the score sheet, the score line, 4-1, doesn't look over exaggerated with Manchester City, but I think it might not end in that. Manchester City 2, Arsenal 2, Manchester City 1. That's according to Alex. I'll be happy if your prediction comes right. Eric 2-1 for the home side. All right. Jason says Pepe just isn't fit. Cossy. Well, we don't have the right information, but I think we will get the right information in the post-match press conference. So let us wait for that. Let's absolutely wait for that. 2-2, Albert to score both. Aubameyang. When did he last score against City? When we were winning the FA Cup. Is that the time? I'll love him to score, definitely. I love him to score. Thank you so much for tuning in, Glenn, as well. City 5, Arsenal 1. Rema, okay. Flavia says it's going to be 1-3. If you say 1-3, it means Arsenal wins the game because we are away from home. Godfrey says Arsenal win. Arsenal win 2-3. Banks. All right. City 2, Arsenal 1. This is going to Wilfred. Dev's friends, we need a back four of White, Gabriel, Tierney, Cedric, Partey back in mid as soon as possible. 5-0. This lineup is just a joke. These are going to Mazanda. And absolutely agree with you. I think, we had options. Lokonga is an option. And Murray is an option. I think they should be starting this game, unless I'm wrong. But I think they should be starting this game. My final prediction: Manchester City 1-2 Arsenal. Right. That's according to Kenny. Manchester City 2 win. 2-0 win. That's according to Tondera. Jude says Lokonga also still not good enough. Come on. 4-1 City. Samuel. Kolasinac is good with the ball than Murray. This is not TikTok, bro. This is YouTube. Let's be serious. Let's be serious. Come on, let's be serious. Better than Murray, and we will take that. He's not better than Murray. Look, Pablo Murray was bullied by Romelu Lukaku. If Lukaku was playing against Sid Kolasinac, he would absolutely kill him. Honestly, he would absolutely kill him. You still remember when Mikel Antonio bullied Sid Kolasinac. You still remember that game, lads. You still remember that game. Mikel Antonio absolutely bullied Sid Kolasinac. So don't say really. I mean, because he was bullied, don't compare him to Sid Kolasinac. I mean, it's disrespectful and disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Don't compare him to Sid Kolasinac. I won't agree with that. Won't take it. Mazana says Mikel has put himself in another step closer to be sacked. I mean, Guardiola is a little bit. I think Guardiola is even massive because if Sterling starts and Riyad Mahrez start in that game, we are dead. I think he's just merciful. 5-4. What a joke from Arteta. 5-4-1. What a joke from Arteta. This is real gambling. Video call. And don't worry, in the match reaction, we shall have a video call. Arsenal 2-1, Manchester City. Emmanuel says, I think we're going to swallow 3-0, and Arteta is a problem. He keeps on rotating the team in and out. He's actually an underdog. Okay. Arteta is not serious. That's according to Banks. Taco taken slowly, Pickford. My man says 5-4-1. What is that? 5-4-1 is a defensive strategy. If he decides to go defensive, we absolutely understand. We absolutely understand if he decides to go defensive. My problem is, why does he play without a DM, and why does he play Sid Kolasinac? As of me, I don't want to see Pablo Mari at Arsenal at all. He's not good enough. You're saying that because he was bullied against Lukaku. He was bullied by Lukaku. That's it. But I wouldn't play Sid Kolasinac. Come on, guys. Don't forget that easily. Don't forget it. Do other things. Don't forget the fact that Sid Kolasinac, that lad, he's trash. He's absolutely trash. He just wants to take the loss without putting up a fight. Maybe because if he doesn't put up a fight, because that lineup doesn't put up a fight for me. Really, I'm worried. This is nothing, but we do have a manager. I don't know. Absolutely don't understand. Thanks a lot there. Now here we go with the match. Can Arsenal be overwhelmed? You'll see. You will see silly patches in 48 hours. That's according to Brian. Arsenal fan. I'm fan to Arsenal, but we shall lose 4-1. Ray says Arteta is losing today. Again, he will to hell with them. Hashtag get Arteta sacked. All right. We are moving very closer to the beginning of the game. We are moving very, very closer to kickoff. I'm tired with Arteta because he is really confused. This is according to Simon. What? Arteta is not serious. Man, he needs to go. How can you play Chambers and Kolasinac, at the center back? This is according to Martin. Where is Murray? Murray's on the bench. Pablo Murray's on the bench. Cossy, have confidence. We are getting something out of this match. Believe me. All right. Where is? What's that? What's that? Many characters, but a desert of points. Seriously, I don't know what's wrong with us. Every game 1 or 2 is out because of health issues. Yeah. Yeah. 2-2 draw, 4-0 loss for City City to win. This according to Martin. And then King's Vavin Fredo says, I won't be afraid to see City beating us, but I have confidence in a 2-2. I'm saying, okay. From Nairobi, Kenya, good afternoon, Cossy. Arsenal versus City, 1-1 draw. This according to Juma. Okay. Manchester City 3, Aston 0. This according to Isaac. That's what we call mediocrity of a manager. That is according to Nelson. All right. That's a lie. Kolasinac is the strongest Arsenal. That's a lie, Cossy. Kolasinac is the strongest Arsenal player. Can't you remember when he beat the robbers that tried to rob him and Ozil? Because I expect better from you, knowing Kolasinac is faster. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You're talking about a player whose contract is being is trying to be terminated. At least out of all the logic, use that one. We are talking about Sid Kolasinac. The team is trying to terminate his contract. Why would they terminate his contract if he's good enough? Come on. Why is there no one that wants Sid Kolasinac if he's good enough? Look, at times we could be deluded because, Jason, that is absolutely delusional. Like, delusional. And look, I don't have personal issues with any Arsenal players. Thank God. I don't have them. My only problems are on the pitch. If you're good enough on the pitch, I don't have any issues with you. And Sid Kolasinac is definitely not good for Arsenal on the pitch. It's deluded. You come and you're trying to sell to us the idea that a player whose contract is getting terminated is good enough to be at this football club. Wow, lol. As well, maybe we could keep the likes of we could just keep the likes of Willian, because I think I would keep Willian and lose Sid Kolasinac. We should keep the likes of Willian as well. Come on, people, come on. Let's not destroy it. Let's not lie. Let's not lie. Kolasinac is not good enough. That's it. Not good enough. That's it. Come on. Murray is slow and chokes under pressure. Let us wait for Sid Kolasinac today. If I am a coach, I can never play holding and Kolasinac in my team. I can never play. I can play holding. I can never play Sid Kolasinac in my team. Hi, Cossy. How are you doing, bro? My man like Krokan. How are you doing? He said he feels like Arsenal are getting a result today. More probably a draw. I don't have the feelings. I don't have the feelings, really. I don't have the feelings. Arsenal 3, Manchester City 0. Sunday, that is really positive. Which team do you support? These are going to Isaac. New on the channel, probably. New on the channel. Okay, 2-1 Arsenal. This is going to John Campbell. Anything fit happen? Sure. Is that Nigerian? Nigerians have their own kind of English. I don't understand. I have a feeling that we are going to get points today. So, people, as I close the show, these are my final thoughts. We're entering in this game and we absolutely expect nothing. If we win this game, I would absolutely give Mikel Arteta 10 out of 10 in my player ratings. 10 out of 10. Even if he wins it by 1-0, even if he wins it by the slightest of margins, I'll give him 10 out of 10 in my player ratings. But what I can say is don't you put yourself on pressure. Don't put your expectations too high. If we don't win against Manchester City, it's not the end of the world, okay? It's not the end, it's not the end of the world. Trust me. We just love you, Cossy from Uganda. Thank you so much, my bro, for the love. Thank you so much. And of course, we shall be here for the match reaction. I think Arteta is the problem on Arsenal and not the players. I think there are more problems. The players are the quality of those players are, is also a problem. The quality, because if you're talking about if you're talking about the transfer market not being good enough, then you talk about the players not being enough. Because I told you today in the morning, I told you the story of Joaquin Correa. Correa came on and absolutely won the game for Inter Milan. We were linked with Correa. We wanted Correa. We never got Correa. I'll speak to you. The game has started. 1 minute to the beginning of the game. Thanks for your participation, and I'll speak to you exactly after the game. Hey!